I made my partner laugh this morning, and I did it on purpose just to, this is what happens nearly 20 years later. You know the buttons to press and the guaranteed jokes. So this morning I came back from a run, and I'm back on that running train again. I sometimes just fall in love with it or fall out of love with it, and then I got injured, so I couldn't run for a while. And I'm now in this stage where it feels flowy. It feels natural. When I don't go, I really notice it. So I'm in support of all of that. This morning, however, I was awake at 4 o'clock, wide awake. It wasn't even light outside, but I was already in that whirring headspace. So I went downstairs, I made a cup of tea, I sat down, I listened to something. And then about 6:30, I thought, right, okay, I'm gonna go and run. I know that I always get great things from running, apart from that time where I fell over, or several times I've fallen over and I've like cut all my leggings and come back crying. But generally, it was all fine. However, this morning it was absolutely chucking it down. By the time I went out, actually it had died down a little bit. But you know that moment where you're looking out the window and you're like, oh, look at the weather. I don't know if I want to go. Anyway, I did go. And I came back and I wasn't too wet, but I looked like I'd been out in the rain. And my partner said to me, how was your run? How do you feel? And my response, which got the laugh, was, I feel smug. And he was like, great, smug, smug, smug. And the reason that I'm telling you this, and smug as an emotion was very short-lived, because then I was back into normal life and doing the things. I think more of it was just like, I was just really pleased that I did it. The first thing is, most people will only encourage you to do the easy things. And we see this in terms of diet, have a treat, relax, take time off, don't push yourself too much. And there are times, like if you've been ill, like don't go and run a marathon. Or if you're not feeling well, like, have whatever you fancy to eat. However, there are times where you have to be in support of your goal, because you only have yourself truly to rely on. So the steps that you take have to be considered. And the second thing is, most of us only want to do it when it's easy, when the sun is shining, when we've slept, when we're rested, when we're feeling really good. That's the only time we want to do it. So if at any point you can find that sweet spot of seeing the block, seeing the thing that you don't want to do and doing it anyway, that is going to build such a brilliant relationship with yourself. And I almost got triple the endorphins today. The fact that I was like, yes, I did it, because it would have been so easy not to. And also, if I mentioned it to anybody and say, oh yeah, it was really rainy this morning, so I didn't go running, most people will probably go, oh yeah, I hate running in the rain. Well done for not going. Fantastic. But because I know my goals, because I know what that working with that resistance does to me internally, that's when I know I have to go. That's when I have to know I'm going to gain so much from it. So the first thing I want to ask you is, are you in a community? Are you in a conversation where people get you and they understand what you're trying to do and they have an understanding of what it's going to take? Because so often we end up kidding ourselves, or we end up playing small because everybody around us finds that acceptable, finds that okay. Now, if I'd come home and I'd said to Matt, oh, I didn't go because it was in the rain, he's not going to go, you're an idiot, you need to do X, Y, and Z. No, like that's fine. But for me, with my relationship with myself, that's when I know that I need to explore the possibility of doing the thing, because my natural disposition is to stay cozy, is to be familiar, is to not do it. So every time I push that muscle within myself of even just doing it a little bit. And again, it doesn't have to be full on doing all of the things. In fact, it was a very kind of average run. But me knowing that I back myself, it is so, so powerful. And it's also something internally that you can access within yourself at any time. You don't have to wait for the challenge. You don't have to wait for permission or somebody to tell you that now is your time. You can do it. Let me know how that landed today. I would love to hear. And I'm really hoping also it's not going to rain tomorrow, because that all being said, I don't want to run in the rain. I just want to have a nice time. So, yeah, I'm very much experiencing all of this as a human being too. Lots of love. Bye.